ask how long it takes to mail a little bit of that charm. Third time was a charm for them. We are still warm, and we would like some of that. Gosh, some colder air. Yeah, we have some of that, but we don't have ice, snow, precip. No, we had fog, though, this morning. Take a look at this time-lapse video coming from West Valley, where visibility totally drops here. This is through this morning. Dense fog on the eastern edge of the Great Salt Lake and in different portions of the Wasatch Front. The lapse here ends at 1:30. when the fog starts to lift. So maybe you didn't see it in your backyard, but I had to show it to you because it was out there with some impacts. Frigid start to our Friday, 20s along the Wasatch Front, teens where we had clear skies, close to freezing near St. George. Now, we've warmed things up in certain locations, but in others, we're not so lucky. And yes, the inversion layer has something to do with that. Live view from Enzyme Peak as the sun's getting ready to go down. You're looking over the Salt Lake Valley. We've watched this camera this week, and we know that inversion conditions are stubborn and tough. Live view from Logan, where you can notice the haze at the base of the mountain, but a little more dispersed than what we've seen. The midweek seemed to bring some thick smog, but here we are, and we still have seen elevated particulate matter in all of our northern Utah counties today. 30s and 40s right now, dropping to 36. We were sitting at 39 in Salt Lake, 30s for the Wasatch back and over towards the basin, but you compare that to the 40s and 50s you're seeing in central and southern Utah, and 63 in St. George. Are you headed out for your Friday night? I hope you bundle up and know that those temperatures will be dropping below freezing in just a few hours. By 8 p.m., we're cold, and we stay that way with upper 20s expected by ABC4 News at 10. Live view from the Black Desert Sky Camp, so southern Utah, a bit of a different story. I love the clear skies, sun's going down, temperatures running above average. Usually this time of year, 54 is the average high in the St. George area. Ivans made it to 65 today. Satellite radar shows the positioning of that high pressure that's dominated the west, but you're going to notice a more pronounced northerly flow here. We had cooler air move in to the mid-level. Cool air aloft actually playing with the inversion level a little bit. A few clouds sneaking through. Now that's associated with a trough to our east, but this is promoting a little bit of mixing, and we notice that in our inversion layer. But let's look at air quality over the last few days. Now, we looked at the particulate matter, and this is the peak of particulate matter for the day in Salt Lake City. We were the moderate category to start off the week, but then we jumped to unhealthy air Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and yes, today. So at some point, we were hitting unhealthy air for sensitive groups. And you know, that's not something we love. We'd like to weaken this and get away from that. Now, I mentioned that cooler air aloft, and that actually brought the inversion level back down to 5,500 feet, meaning our mountain valleys, like Wasatch County, in the green, and green means clean. We like that today. Don't think it will stick. We're looking at the forecast for tomorrow, but that's a little bit of progress. Moderate air for Box Elder, Tooele County, Cache Valley, and northeastern Utah, but unhealthy air still forecast for Davis, Salt Lake, and Utah County by the DEQ for our Saturday. Cleaner for the Carbon Corridor, Grand County, and southern Utah. Temperatures drop just a degree or two with that cooler air moving in with our northerly flow. We've got haze and the positioning of the high that we're watching as we make it through the weekend. I don't think we'll completely clear, but some of our valleys may weaken the inversion, and our northwest flow may help to diminish it as we get through next week. But make no mistake, we're going to be dry with high pressure, hopefully just not as stubborn as the haze that we've seen this week. As we roll into late next week, mostly cloudy skies roll in. We have two different systems that could possibly impact us. At this point, it's a small chance, it's far away, but we'll take anything. A little bit of precip goes a long way, especially in a stretch of inversion. Wetter conditions for the 6 to 10 day in northern and eastern Utah, but the temperatures stay warm. That could play with precipitation type. Looking at the numbers for tomorrow, 30s and 40s, 50s in St. George. Speaking of Washington County, here's a check on the next 7 days. Dry with sunshine. And you notice those numbers in the upper 50s and right around 60. A little more cloud cover by Friday of next week. The Wasatch Front trekking through with 40s MLK Day with dry conditions, hazy sunshine. And then Friday, I went with an isolated shower because, folks, I need a dream, and there's something that I need to hold on to there. And so it looks like it's possible. It could change a million times, but we're hoping.
Okay, we'll continue that hope.